Ladies and gentlemen, WWE 2K26 is right around the corner, and I am so excited because we are in January. We are now in the stopping grounds of the marketing team and what they love to do and how to promote this game. And yeah, January is where a lot of the juicy details come out, and then we get into February where we actually start seeing gameplay and what it is. Now, before we go on ahead and dive deeper, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned as I am giving away multiple WWE 2K26 copies. Y'all make sure to stay tuned for that. Every time somebody wins here on this channel, they get their copy. So make sure you guys stay connected, stay tuned to the content, because we'll be talking 2K26 most of the time here on out. Let's get to it. Just to start off with some reports that have been suggested, which are interesting, is the fact that Io Sky and Liv Morgan posted some sort of Instagram story where they were both at the WWE headquarters. Io Sky was in her gear, which has prompted some discussion over her being the cover for WWE 2K26, which again, I wouldn't put it past 2K because they've already done Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair on the cover. But one thing I did want to point out is that I do think CM Punk is the cover. I don't think Io Sky has anything to do with the actual cover of the game. I think that it could just be some sort of commercial, which was actually hinted at by Corey Hayes. He seems to be a guy that seems to be in the weeds of the whole WWE thing, and he seems to be very reliable over the last couple years. So that's something to go on ahead and point out. You take all these things with a grain of salt, y'all, because to me, these are just rumors. But Liv Morgan, CM Punk, those are two that I could see them do some sort of a duo cover like they did with Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch at one point. So just my 2 cents with that. I really want to go on ahead and see what they end up doing and what this promotional thing does, if it is at all anything that was promotional for WWE 2K26. We have a Monday Night Raw episode that seems to be a very big episode as they are partnering up with Stranger Things to put this show out there. And when you look, at the magnitude of this episode, it's pretty big. Braun Breaker, CM Punk, they will be fighting for the World Championship. I'm not sure who'll win that match. That's going to be interesting in my opinion, but we'll see. Again, I'm excited for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. It is going to be something to obviously keep your eye out on, but it is the 1-year anniversary of Netflix as well, and that is something to keep in mind. And when I say 1-year anniversary of Netflix, the debut of WWE on Netflix, and that was a pretty big deal, as 2K thought obviously it would be a great idea to tease the game while the first episode of Netflix is going on, and they did just that last year. We got Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman cutting a promo backstage. When Paul Heyman closed the door, you got WWE 2K25, and not only that, we got a date by Roman Reigns because he said he's going to be back on January 27th, and right there they closed the door, letting us know we're going to hear more on January 27th. Then you go online, you see on the Xbox official Twitter page some first look screenshots at WWE 2K25. We got Cody Rhodes, Liv Morgan, and that's pretty much all I can think of off the top of my head right now. But we got more. Steam went ahead and dropped some stuff that they weren't supposed to drop. And aside from that, they also dropped the Bayley screenshot, but she looked better than most years. But you look at the cover, Steam dropped that. And a lot of people thought that it would be a placeholder, but it really just made too much sense for it to be a placeholder. It seemed like Roman Reigns was on the cover because Roman Reigns just did the whole marketing thing on Monday Night Raw. So it just made all the sense in the world for that to be the cover. And obviously, we were right. We got the cover leaked by Steam just a tad bit too early, and that was exciting for everyone as well. After all that, we also got an announcement from the WWE 2K team letting us know that an announcement is coming for 2K25 on January 28th, which was the day right after the last episode of Monday Night Raw, which was January 27th, where the cover was officially revealed. So again, this timeline, this everything, it could just match up, y'all. And we may be getting our first reveal, maybe a first look at the game this week. It is exciting, at least for me, because I love to speculate. This is my favorite time of the year. January, February, March, and then we get to the game, and then it just gets, a little bit boring, right? Because the game is here. There's nothing for us to really speculate or predict on. But again, I'm so excited to hopefully get a better game this year, because again, I thought that 2K25 was super solid. There were a lot of things with my faction. I feel like I always got to say that there were a lot of things with my faction, but I think that gameplay wise, I'm looking forward to see what they add next, because that has been the trend throughout the last couple of years. What are they going to add next to the gameplay? What are they going to innovate next? And I'm personally ready to see what's going to happen. Now, 2K26, we still don't know what consoles are going to be on there yet. And one thing that I have noticed is that most video games on the fiscal know what consoles are coming for a minute. And we still don't know on the WWE 2K side. And I think that, you know, that kind of gives me just a glimpse of hope that last gen is going to go away. I know, guys, I sound like a terrible person because I get it. The economy is tough right now. Trust me, I get it. Not everybody has the funds to get a next generation console or a current generation console at this point. I mean, we're over 5 years into it, but that's my problem right there. We're over 5 years into it. And I personally feel that I haven't gotten the full juice out of my consoles. I got a PS5, I got an Xbox Series X. I don't turn my PS5 on unless I'm playing Spider-Man, and my Xbox Series X, I mean, I play it a lot, but I still feel like I still haven't gotten the full graphics and the full potential of what this console could be when it comes to the WWE 2K games. For the exception of a couple things and a couple changes, the games look very similar whether you're on last gen or current gen, and I think that's a big problem in my opinion. I want to see this game, you know, get better, and especially from a graphical standpoint get better. And when I say graphics, I'm more so talking about the hair, right? You look at other games, the hair looks so much better. So it makes you think if they use those resources from the last generation consoles, put them into current generation consoles, maybe we'll get something different. You look at the possibilities, they could be pretty big, but again, I'm not no game developer. I can just keep saying that and really not know a goddamn thing, but I can just sit here and speculate and hopefully be right. I want to see a game where they let those last generation consoles go for once, and we see something that really just benefits those that have a current generation console and dished out that money. Now, you look at the graphics and everything, those same graphics have been around since 2K22. Yes, lighting improves and things improve, but I feel that we could see much, much better. And that's not the only thing I want to talk about in this video, even though I felt that it was important, because I think that when the first reveal drops, we are absolutely going to know what consoles this game will be for. And I think that's, again, super important for people that, one, don't have the current generation consoles, and two, people that don't want last generation consoles to get the game at this point, as they may feel that it's being held back. So again, I hopefully want to see some more news on that, as we haven't gotten any news on that. But gameplay last year was revealed on February 4th. The day today, January 5th. Now, you look at that, and that's crazy because we could potentially be less than a month away from getting gameplay on the game, or we could just be more than a month away, and maybe just a tad bit more than a month away before we get to see the game and how it plays. And I think that's super important as well, because gameplay is something that we are all excited for, and a lot of people love, you know, just not only the gameplay aspect, but how the game looks. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Last year when 2K25 was revealed, people were pretty disappointed at how it looked, because it looked very, very similar to 2K24. So hopefully people can get away from that feeling with 2K26 when it is finally revealed, and we are talking about how good of a game this can possibly be when we see the gameplay. And last year, we got a lot of predictions throughout January. We got a cover star prediction, we had a showcase prediction, we had a game-changing feature prediction, but they deliberately tell you in the captions what's coming. We had the Rhea Ripley video where the intergender icons were used as a caption, and people were able to tell right away what's going on with that. And then not only that, we also got the Bloodline showcase caption where it was a blood drop along with a finger up, and people could tell that that was the Bloodline showcase. So there's a lot of stuff that they like to do to tease all this stuff, and they deliberately kind of tell you and kind of just have you just sitting there waiting on that thought to be official and confirmed by them. So again, be on the lookout for that, because they start doing this stuff throughout the month of January before the official reveals start to drop. So there's a lot to go on ahead and get into with January, man. We made a video talking about a reveal is coming soon, but I think we could see a reveal very, very soon. And that's the reason why I made this video, because I can't miss out on that opportunity, y'all. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to stay tuned for more, because if 2K26 some way, somehow gets revealed, even just a little bit, we're going to be right here on this channel talking about it. I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.